RDA Sports. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the New York Jets and the Denver Broncos. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Play action. Stafford. Looking left sideline. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there. 21 yards.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. He'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Well, they told us that he was just going to be a bear to defend. And usually tight ends are, Charles, but he's no exception to that rule. His second catch of the opening possession, and it gets him a first down.
Yeah, and they certainly saw something on his earlier reception. He went back and reported what he found. And one of the things about him, he's like a wide receiver to me, Brandon. He has a great sense of space and understanding where defenders are.
Yeah, we talk all the time, Charles, and it kind of gets cliche about the hands that he has, but really it's the truth. For a tight end, some of the best hands in the game. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
That is caught right at the 10-yard line. 3 catches now this afternoon, the same number he had all of last week. Also, it's a first down. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his third completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities. And the top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run left with Pollard. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys. Dancing to his left. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. The kick by Bass is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-0. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense. And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board. So after knocking through the field goal, here's Bass to kick it away. Take it in at the 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Going quickly here to Thomas. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. They're already trailing here in this first quarter. Last thing they needed was to cough the football. Well, they coughed it up, but luckily for them, it went out of bounds.
Yeah, still a long way to go. But when you're losing, every possession takes on a little bit more importance, doesn't it? And in that case, they almost made this game a lot more difficult for themselves by turning it over. Fortunate there.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. This defense for the Broncos, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one. But 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. He's got a man, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A very solid gain of 27.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. The Broncos hit 2-0 here to begin the season, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And that is incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And here's Hoffrichter now, the punter, as he sends this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A big play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Jets have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So that run there, yeah, I don't know if it's overstating things to call it a thing of beauty, but in terms of football plays, that's as good as you're going to see. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
A good gain on first, has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Going to run again here with Pollard. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Stafford on 3rd down. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Punter Sterling Hoffrichter out now on 4th down. It's taken to the 26. Oh, he bowls over it. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one. Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Now a handoff up the middle. Right. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. The previous play went to the offense with a nice run, but that last play we just saw certainly went to the defense.
So you're keeping a little bit of a ledger there, aren't you?
Tally.
Somebody wins, someone loses. But you get this sense offensively, they're continuing to probe around, trying to find the runs that are going to work, and then they'll go to them consistently.
2nd and 11. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's right. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
Out of the gun now on third down. He's going to look deep down the field. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by Juwan Williams. And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. Third and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him. And what I mean by that is what you said. Third and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalposts here. 1st and 10. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And while they hope to continue this drive, it's really already mission accomplished. They've given enough space now that if they have to punt the ball, they've done so with that first run.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now it's Stafford. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield. But as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. And incomplete on the deep ball. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
The Broncos on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Now Stafford. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far. Offensively, or even defensively for that matter, they could use a big-time spark somewhere. But it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. First catch on that one for Kelce, and it's a first down.
Love the play call that time. Love the design. You put 3 tight ends on the field. That screams jumbo set, running formation to a defense, right? No, they go play action, and defense gets confused for just a split second. And next thing you know, completion for good yardage.
They'll run on first down. It's right. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
2nd and 9 now. Wright's got it. And some room to maneuver. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
That's why you call a screen. You want to catch a defense overcommitting. Plenty of space available, and that matched up perfectly. What a convoy he got downfield to pick up big yardage on that play.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he'll be taken down after a pickup of about 7 as the clock will stop here for the 2-minute warning. Working with a 2nd and 3. Up the middle they go. It's right, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to have it here as they start at their own 7.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. Well, a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A big pickup of 38.
Ordinarily, when you're backed up this deep, most teams like to play it on the safe side, but not these guys. They took a big shot downfield and wound up hitting it for a big play. Back them into a corner, they come out swinging.
Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Now a play fake, and it's Stafford. And this is incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new-school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Back to throw, Stafford. Looking left side, and it's complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 35.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
11.
On first down, Stafford here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hurry.
Now Stafford. And this throw will be intercepted. And the Jets will take over possession here up at the 44. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
He's going to take another shot here. And that is incomplete.
They gave it a shot with a deep pass, but it wasn't going to work there. And now there's less time for them to try and get 3 before the half. Let's see what they dial up on this next snap.
2nd and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Right. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. They'll throw now on the final play. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. And the Jets set to receive this 3rd quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the 2nd half. Takes it at the 7th. Now a hit and a loose football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. So how about this for a turn of events? They cut the lead with a touchdown, and then on the ensuing kickoff, get the football right back.
And what a swing in a short amount of time because the momentum was totally against them. Now it's all in their favor. They got a chance to go into the lead if they get the ball to the end zone.
And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's 2nd down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
9 yards on the play there, and it'll set them up 1st and goal.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, mini camp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
False start there. That will set the offense back 5 yards.
Brandon, the lineman certainly flinched there before the snap. A good call.
they'll try again here, 1st and goal after the false start. It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
50-50.
Pollard again. And this time he'll lose yardage as the defense not giving him any room to operate. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Here's Stafford. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
The kick by Bass is good, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
From the 6. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Complete to right. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet 1st down.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Thomas brings it in. 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 8. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Stafford. Throwing left side, it's complete. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Throwing is Stafford. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he will have the Broncos first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on third down and 5.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 20 yards. Now a give here to Pollard. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Play action, Stafford. He finds his man, complete. That's Nash. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Pollard going to try the right side. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
It seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. To throw is Stafford. Being chased out left. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Broncos. Chigakonkwo, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. So now a big play here as the Broncos will line up to go for 2. Stafford's going to try and throw for it. It's complete, and he will get into the end zone for 2. And this game now tied here in the 4th. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted a tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 122 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Going quickly here to Thomas. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. That catch puts him right at 100 yards receiving now, and it also gives him a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
2 yards the loss, second and 12.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They all go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, he might reduce it, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse. How's that?
8 ounce is good.
All right, just checking.
22 yards there, a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing. Now, they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
Now it's second and 9. Looking to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Marquise Bell. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. Didn't march to the end zone the last time out.
And if you're thinking field goal from here, it's 48 yards. I think they'd like to get him a little help now on third down to move it closer. They'll set up a throw. Going for the deep ball. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and they take a 17-14 lead. So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the fourth quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
21.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. He finds his man. Complete. It's Nash. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game. But in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Here's Stafford. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he will have a Broncos first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Pollard. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. He finds his man. Complete. It's Nash. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
Set. Hey, fly low.
Now it's Stafford. Swinging this out for Pollard. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains that take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense. Stafford now to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. So they'll try to move the ball closer here on 3rd down. A field goal from this spot would be just inside of 60 yards, 59 to be exact. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Right. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And a little bit of a surprise, they lose the turnover battle, but wind up winning the ballgame.
And this is very unusual because you know all teams stress winning the turnover battle as a key indicator to winning ball games. So when you get something that goes against the grain like the one we saw here, it's quite the oddity. Now, let's face it, they'll be very happy that they pulled this off, but they do know that in the future, they've got work on taking care